Hello everyone and welcome to CineQuest video. Today I'm going to try and do a little different video, a little bit more loose, a little bit more casual. And I'm going to be going through one of my blank VHS tapes and just talking about which movies I have on here. I don't know if some of you growing up either had cable or video store nearby that sometimes if you happen to have or have acquired an extra VCR, or you have, like I said, cable, or maybe even recorded from the TV. You would catch some of these films and you would put them on a VHS because that's the only way you could get them at the time. I know when I was growing up, purchasing the actual VHS of a film was kind of rare. I had a few of them growing up. I know I had Wayne's World at some point, which I lent to one of my cousins, and I think the story goes that they were watching it so much that their mother took it out of the VCR and threw it across the room, breaking the actual VHS. And needless to say, that was one of my favorite movies. So they had to buy me another copy. And I think back then, I mean, they were fairly expensive from what I recall. I mean, considering now and what we normally pay for a DVD or even a Blu-ray or 4K. So this blank copy says it's an RCA T120 hi-fi stereo premium video cassette. You get a glance at it there, a copy, and that gives you some information regarding the recording time on the back of these. So for standard play, it was like 2 hours long. For long play, it was 4 hours long. I think super long play is the last one. It's like 6 hours long. I imagine whenever we recorded, we put it up to those 6 hours to maximize how many movies we can get on one VHS. The actual tape itself is not an RCA. It is a Scotch high-grade video cassette VHS. And this is it right here. But just to go over it, the first movie that's on here, and again, these are kind of... I'm not exactly sure the rhyme or reason as to why they were recorded on this specific one. These particular movies, it's just a movie came up, you want it, you record it, you see which videotape has space. And this one, the first film that's on here is Sometime. You can see it there. Sometimes They Come Back. Spelled Sometime They Come Back. Whoops. Sometimes They Come Back is a 1991 horror drama. I believe it's based off a Stephen King short story. And I remember you watching it on TV all the time. In fact, it became like a staple from my memory that we would watch Sometimes They Come Back paired with it. And I'm not sure if it would happen on the same day or it was just on regular TV. And I feel like they would show it like every single year. Like I feel like I saw it multiple times as a kid. And it was like a thing that the family would get together and we would watch. Sometimes They Come Back, and the TV series It, and I believe Sometimes They Come Back was also meant for like just the TV movie. This version starred Tim Matheson, Brooke Adams, Robert Russler. Like I said, since this was like a family movie that we would watch together, this was always a quotable line from the film. It's whenever, spoilers if you haven't seen it, the older brother is defending the younger brother from the bullies, and there's a train coming, and he says, "Run, Jimmy, run." That was something that my family would quote all the time. Even to this day, like it comes up every so often, and we're always referencing this particular movie. And again, it's not like the best Stephen King adaptation of anything, but it just became something that seemed traditional in my family. The next movie on here was the 1993 comedy adventure Airborne. Now, if you were a person that rollerbladed back in the day, this would be a movie that you would probably watch. I mean, this movie made me think that I could actually rollerblade, and I tried a few times when I was younger to rollerblade, to not the best outcome. Falling, tripping, I don't know, rollerblades and my flat feet just didn't work well together. It always caused me a lot of pain. And unfortunately, I mean, the last race in this film is probably one of the better it's a fun scene, you know. It's a whole bunch of people rollerblading, and if you knew how to rollerblade, I mean, that's pretty cool. It was fun. It looked really really fun. Unfortunately, I was terrible at it. I didn't have the feet to fit into these stupid rollerblades, and it just didn't work out for me. But I watched this movie a lot. It stars Seth Green, Shane McDermott, Brittany Powell, John Vargas, and it stars a young Jack Black, it's funny. It's about a teenager that goes to live with his family and his cousin. I believe he originates from California. I don't remember what state he goes to move, but it's colder there, and basically that's where the rollerblading kind of starts because normally he's a surfer. So he gets in trouble with the popular jock kids. It's a typical story. There's nothing groundbreaking about it. He gets involved with the girlfriend of the top dog and then his friends and everybody, and it ends up with a cool rollerblade scene. That's pretty much all you need to know, and it's a fun movie. I like it, and again, stars a young Jack Black, and almost unrecognizable. Like if you didn't really like look at his face, you might miss the fact that it is Jack Black because he does not look like you would normally think Jack Black would look. So anyways, it's a fun movie, Airborne. The next movie on here is Groundhog Day. That's the 1993 comedy fantasy with Bill Murray and Andy McDowell, where Bill Murray is a news anchor and he goes to Punxsutawney. I think it's Punxsutawney, right? That's the name of the place. Anyways, it was directed by Harold Ramis. And from my understanding, I've heard rumors, I don't know how accurate this is that this is the movie that put a rift between Harold Ramis and Bill Murray. Who knows? But it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Bill Murray, news anchor who relives the same day over and over and over again until I assume he decides to become a better person because he's kind of an asshole in the beginning of the movie. And so why Groundhog Day? I don't know. Maybe just to promote the holiday for whatever it is. I mean, does anyone celebrate Groundhog Day? I mean, I don't know. It's a day that kind of comes and goes for me. So I don't know. The next movie on here is Stay Tuned. That is a 1992 American fantasy comedy. It's kind of dark. It stars the late great John Ritter, Pam Dauber, and Jeffrey Jones, Eugene Levy. Pretty heavy hitters in the comedy scene, you know. Of course, you know John Ritter, legend. Eugene Levy, legend. Jeffrey Jones could have been a legend, but he's sucks now. So let's just leave it at that. John Ritter and Pam Dauber come into contact with Jeffrey Jones' character, who's supposed to be the devil, I think. And he sells him a satellite dish that pretty much sucks him to the TV and puts him through various stages of television shows. And they're very hellish. And it's a fun movie. I feel like it's kind of been forgotten. I don't think it made much money. Let's see. The budget was 15 to 20 million and box office of 12 million. Yeah, it flopped, understandably. But yeah, it's a fun comedy. It's kind of a dark comedy, it seems to me, from what I remember. But yeah, I mean, stay tuned. Check it out. I believe it's streaming like on Tubi or something. But if you can get past the Jeffrey Jones thing, I mean, it's a fun movie. Last on this movie here, I don't know if you can get a close up of that. All right, it's Beverly Hillbillies, the 1993 film adaptation of the television show Beverly Hillbillies. Of course, starring Jim Varney. We know him as Ernest. The late, great, fantastic Jim Varney. And Diedrich Bader. I remember him from that TV show. What was it called? The guy who hosts Wheel of Fortune, I think. Anyways, Leah Thompson, Cloris Leachman, Erica Eleniak. Fun movie. Dabney Coleman, Lily Tomlin, Dolly Parton comes out. Kevin Connolly, Rob Schneider. It's a fun movie. It's not the greatest, but I still find it hilarious. But yeah, those are the movies that are on this particular VHS. I don't remember the source for these. I'm pretty sure they were on HBO or Cinemax. I'm pretty sure I saw Stay Tuned on like, I remember the commercial for that on like, I believe it was like a Cinemax. Beverly Hillbillies, I remember them promoting it a lot on HBO, I think. Groundhog Day, HBO, same thing. Airborne, HBO. Sometimes they come back. I'm not even sure if that actually has television commercials in there, because I'm pretty sure that came from like regular ABC, NBC TV. So I'm pretty sure there's commercials on this. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I got plenty more. I'm down to share many more of these VHS that I've pretty much had most of my life. I know I don't have that many anymore, but I know growing up they used to just put us in front of the TV whenever we were having family gatherings, and just hopefully it had enough movies to kind of keep our attention. They would just plop that into the VCR and push play and let the kids watch TV while the adults drank or hung out or talked without any sort of disruption. I know from my recollection, I believe I saw Commando, Predator, Big Trouble in Little China at my aunt's house, just sitting on the floor watching TV. And what became three of my favorite films of all time, personal favorites of mine, Breakin' 1 and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, and Ninja 3 Domination, The Domination. Because for some reason, I'm not exactly sure if this was deliberate, but they all starred Lucinda Dickey in there. All three of those movies had her in it, and they were all on the same VHS. And it's quite the difference in film to watch two movies about breakdancing and then a movie about a possessed woman who's possessed by a ninja. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous movie. It's a ridiculous premise. I still haven't seen the first two Ninja movies, so I hope to rectify that this year by watching Ninja. I think it's Revenge of the Ninja Return. I don't know, but they're on Tubi, so I'm gonna check them out at some point. But anyways, that's enough of that. If you like this video, if you want to hear more about some of these VHS, or maybe you want to share yours, I don't know necessarily if this gonna get you in trouble. Just figured I'd talk about some of these VHS that I have here, because I mean I have them and they're part of my collection, and I mean they haven't been purchased or sold or anything like that. They're just for my own personal use, and they do work. I have a VCR, so hopefully that lasts enough for me to continue to use these. But yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe, comment below if you want to see more of these, or if you have some yourself, some of your favorite VHS that you've acquired, whether it be recorded or an actual purchase. I'd love to hear about it. So we'll see you next time. Bye.